Hello, everyone. As you see right here, Solo Sikoa at last week's Fallout from NXT celebrating 1 year anniversary of 2.0, and NXT turned to reverting back to the black and gold brand. Solo Sikoa won the NXT championship. As you see, we talked about that, reverting back to the black and gold band, and Solo Sikoa being awarded the new NXT North American champion, adding prestige to the bloodline, but it comes with a price a week later after Soa Sokoa on what he did to do to set up a new match for for the championship. We'll talk about that coming up, as well as Braun Breaker is an uninvited guest who's looking for gold as he left NXT UK as his champion. We'll get to that as well. And plus these matches, all this and more on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the NXT Ring Report on the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all for watching. I'm your host, Kendra Dix. Join in. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, Miss Karen. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified and hit that notification button. As you see right here, NXT 2.0 is now revamped itself as NXT Black, White, Gold, whatever you want to call it. NXT from last week episode showcased a lot of talent and skill, and we saw debuts such as the Super Diva. You kidding me? Also, too, Carmelo Hayes got unfamiliar visitor from Soa Sokoa. Soa Sokoa returning back to NXT UK and winning the North American Championship from last week. But we get to the fallout on what happened. It started with HBK Shawn Michaels. I'll get to that. HBK Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels looking a little bit what do you want to call it? Like skinny a little bit like I don't know what's going on. Shawn, all this executive vice president stuff going on. But Shawn Michaels, I would consider Shawn Michaels now being the commissioner of NXT in a way. He's been a commissioner before in the a good one, the WWE. But Shawn Michaels, as the commissioner of vice president of talent development, and then I say commissioner of NXT, he took the Regal job. Well, Solo Sakai won the NXT championship. We want to revert back to what he did. He won it, and Solo Sakai had to relinquish the championship due to him being a member of now the new member of SmackDown, along with his cousin Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. Solo Sakai didn't want to give up the championship, but he did. He did an honorable job, but it just don't make no sense to me. You win the championship and now you relinquish it like it never happened. And it got real quick. Carmelo Hayes thought that he was going to get the championship back, but that wasn't the case. It was not the case. The championship, Shawn Michaels state that at Halloween Havoc, NXT premiere event or takeover, whatever the hell you want to call it, there will be a NXT Fatal 4-Way ladder match for the championship. Carmelo Hayes already added to the championship after he had after he had made the assumption that he was the last NXT North American champion. Well, he gets that shot as well as another person who qualified, or Mizera. He qualifies, and there will be 5 more slots. So we're getting a fatal a North American Championship match, ladder match at Halloween Havoc. And now we know that Shawn Michaels said rules are rules, and he told that to Carmelo Hayes that you have to win your championship back. You have to think Carmelo Hayes is the favorite to win the North American Championship again, but he had to do it this time in a ladder match again. Let's see if Carmelo Hayes says that he's the man he say he is, and he can win the championship back in a ladder match. We'll see on that. Also, too, a lot of matches right here. We'll get to it. Toxic Attraction versus Ivory Now and Santino's daughter. Toxic Attraction, um, being that toxic and toxic deep, winning their match. My opinion. So Toxic Attraction getting the win over that. Also, too, Soa Roca is coming next week. We'll find out who she is and we'll find out what she can do. They always bring somebody new and different into the ring, so we'll see that how it'll play out. Also, too, speaking of Carmelo Hayes, he lost in an upset to Chase University. Chase University getting the win over Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. It ain't been a good night for Carmelo Hayes after what had happened with the North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes had a bad night tonight. Plus, two, Von Wagner wins his match over I forgot he won his match over Sanjay or something. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, Sencha. He won his match over Sencha tonight. I think that rivalry is going to continue on down the road and see how that's going to play out eventually. Also, too, Nathan Frazier takes on Sound in the best of 5 matches. So I guess we'll see that how that play out. Nathan Frazier get the win, Sound get the win. A rubber match between the two men. So we'll see how that's play out down the road between that. Also, too, Joe Gacy's group won their match, and they won their match over whoever they may be. So they won their match over some team. So it wasn't nothing, but it is what it is. What else happened? That's kind of it. Yeah, Nathan Frazier won the match. Von Wagner won. Oh yeah, that's Nathan Frazier. Oh hey, it is what it is. And two, the main event. Who's in the number one contender for the NXT Championship between JD Madonna and Tyler Bate? Tyler Bate, who went against Braun Wagner at that NXT event. And many of you recall, what's that NXT event that happened? Worlds Collide. Well, could be a rematch between them, or it could be a rematch between JD Madonna and Braun Breaker. Braun won the match over both men in their single individual matches. This time, these two men were pigeoned to be who's going to be the next number one contender to meet Braun at Halloween Havoc. Well, Braun Breaker sat at ringside watching this match between these two men. Braun had tried to be neutral. JD Madonna won the match, but JD Madonna, you see Braun sitting at ringside watching this match, sit in a neutral corner to watch it. Tyler Bate couldn't get the job done. So all of a sudden, JD Madonna shows Elon Dodgevich from NXT UK shows up. He wants to be a part of this match. We don't know. It will just be a triple threat match or what. But I can tell you right now, it's likely going to be that way. We don't want to ruin the spoilers, but you had to wait and see. It was just a tease at the bottom to see. We might see this match sooner rather than later at NXT. So we'll see that coming up. All right. That's going to end the NXT Ring Report. Let's move forward. Let's move forward quickly to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics right now, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're hearing what like Tony Khan and them. Tony Khan tweeting that he about Grand Slam. One thing about Tony Khan is like him, Dixie Carter, all of these bosses of wrestling promote stuff. Triple H promotes a little bit, but Triple H don't promote to the point that he just beats it to the punch like they do. Like, okay, let it speak for itself. Don't try to make something that already is. I think sometimes that what he gets and stuff, he wants to put that out there. And he put out Don't Miss Grand Slam tomorrow on TV, and then part 2 on Friday on Rampage. Okay, we get it. But this is the match right here. The selling point for Tony Khan for his match. The Blackpool Combat Club, one of these men will emerge AEW World Champion. Will it be Bryan Danielson or Jon Moxley? We'll see for Grand Slam tomorrow on AEW telecast. Which one of these two men? We'll have full recap and highlights from the show on the Pro Wrestling Show Ring Report for NXT for AEW. We'll look for that tomorrow, late tomorrow on that. Also, too, someone put an interesting point saying, what if the White Rabbit teased by WWE actually means that Wyatt return those Firefly Funhouse characters come to life? Karrion Kross as the White Rabbit. Scarlett the Abby the Witch. Dexter Lumis, Mercy the Buzzer. I don't know. That's kind of weird and scary. That's his thing. If he wants to say Bray Wyatt is their master. All right, we'll see about that. And speaking on interesting note about Bray Wyatt, they had a Screen Rules graphic with Firefly lanterns in the background. So they could be a possibility that means something. Seth Rollins, not Seth Rollins, but if you see right here close by Riddle's ear, be a Firefly and all that stuff. So, I mean, anything is possible. Anything could be possible. So we'll see on that. Plus, too, on the Monday Night Raw, just beginning the reports now that Raw was down from their previous number. So it was down 1,015,000. Well, I guess Raw wasn't so good as well. Same way like NXT at the end was kind of good, but NXT was a bland show. You know, like, it is what it is, so. But people are talking about like we said, Daniel Bryan. It's gonna be crazy when Bryan then become world champion and Punk leaves a company in 3 different decades. So they're talking about Ring of Honor in the OOs, WWE in the 2010s, and now in the 2020s. He does it again. That's weird, but it can be true. It's always like Daniel Bryan comes behind and become a world champion. At the Punk leaves dramatic. Maybe it's just CM Punk. Have people ever thought about that? Could be him, but we'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on. I guess all of them suspended, but we'll see on that. Also, too, people are looking forward to Survivor Series. We talked about Survivor Series War Games. And another person put down that these two men could meet at Survivor Series, Lashley versus Gunther. Champion versus champion. That's going to be a branch right there. Gunther is just in these matches and showcasing and just getting over, like Sheamus and the rest of them. So Gunther could be next in line to take on Lashley. It could be a possibility. But you never know on that. But the highlight of the show to me on NXT was this North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes coming back to reclaim his championship. I believe he'll get it. He'll be a 3-time champion, the first 3-time champion to do so. So we'll see on that. Carmelo and everybody else. All right. We're going to end that note right now. We're going to end with this stuff right here that we didn't see coming. Braun Breaker in the ring with Aaron Andrade and JD Madonna and teasing a possibility for a match at Halloween Havoc. A lot of matches going on Halloween Havoc, but we had to wait and see. So, for me being Kendrick Dix, saying so long, we'll see you tomorrow. Immediately after Dynamite, when we get it set up and stuff, we're going to set it up for you. So, for me being Kendrick Dix, saying so long, and y'all have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.